Hello. Okay, so it's my honor to share my proposal sharing. So I think this is, I can only share you my personal experience. It might be something different from previous one. So, for example, I always write a summary abstract at first, so not at the last, but we can share. I think I also learned from previous one. So it's the first time for me to share. Originally I said to myself, so what to share? Now, if I tell you all my secret, maybe I will have a higher, competence next time. Okay, so first of all, I want to introduce myself. So my name is Shengwang, so I'm from the Department of Physics. And just this year, I also joined the Division of Biomedical Engineering, so in the HKUST. So I will first introduce, my background. I think this will help you understand why I write proposal in my own way. So I have been in Hong Kong for 7 years. So I joined here 7 years ago, so now it's 7 years. So here's my record. I look at my records. I find I have total 6 RGC GRF. I have writing 6 and also all get granted. So I have 100% GRF success rate. I also have participated two GRF proposals as CIA, but with 50% success rate. So I participated 3 CRF proposals as co-PI, and they are all granted with 100% success rate. But also just the day before yesterday, I have 1 CRF interviewed. So it will be announced probably in 1 month, so I don't know what's the result. So I think that's probably why I was picked to share my experience, because my GRF success rate now is 100%, but maybe will be, I don't know what's the future. Okay, so here's my research. So basically, I'm doing physics, so atomic physics and quantum optical. So this is my lab at HKUST. I started in 2008. So a little bit different. So in my field, I'm the first one in Hong Kong, started this new field. So that means 7 years ago I come here, so I cannot find any help, basically. So I have to start everything by myself. So you may think about this as maybe your weakness. But I think this is a strength for proposal, because whatever you propose is new. Okay, so as long as you can get the external review, give you good scores, you will get funded. Okay, so that's a good thing. Of course, the bad thing is, you don't have any people to discuss. Okay, so this is a new field in Hong Kong. So I think for me, I'll take as a benefit. Also, I think another important thing is for my work. I think. So I try my best to keep my record. I think this will be also important for me to get the GRF granted in the future. Okay, so I summarize so my success factors. It might be different for different people. Okay, for me, so 7 years ago, I don't have any experience. Okay. But now I have 7 years experience. For me, I think here I summarize 4 points. So first, I think most important is to carry the right attitude. I think you have to convince yourself, you really like your proposal, and you need to have the right attitude. So that's important for me. If I cannot convince myself, this will be a successful proposal, I probably will not write. I will not waste my time. So this year, I don't submit a GRF, because I already submitted a CRF, so I cannot have too many ideas. So if I think I don't have, cannot be successful, I will not write. So I think the right attitude is important. So second is playing ahead, like the previous speaker pointed out. You need to plan a little bit in advance, before 6 months, you need to get some ideas. So third, I think, is to work hard. Also, your record will be very important. How successful have you done in the past GRF? how many publications was the record. I think it will also build up for for your future. So I think work hard. So the first thing I think you have built up a good reputation and a network. Okay, so as I already showed you, 7 years ago in Hong Kong, I don't have a network in Hong Kong, but the proposal is reviewed by external reviews. Okay, you need to have a network and let people know you. I think the reputation is very important because probably you don't know who will review your proposal, but most of they may know you. So the last thing I think also respect the RGC rules. I always take seriously even something maybe not very important, but I take it very serious. For example, there's a format requirement in the proposal. What's the in the age what's the centimeter in the age for you writing for the CV? There's a requirement, so I respect all those rules. If I don't understand, I will ask. So those things I think is my success factors. So for the right attitude, I think the most important I am higher. So basically, I don't have any tricks to write proposal. I told myself, if I want to be successful, for example, if I earn 100, well, I can get 100. Or 5, I think the best result you get all 5.0. I think I get so how to get all 5.0? So I think you earn higher. If you earn all 6.0, you will get 5.0. So that's so I don't have any other good tricks. I cannot improve for them from 4.0 to 5.0. But if you earn higher, okay, so then you will get what you want. Okay, so do the best for your proposal. Don't treat the grant as a seeking exercise. Sometimes when I talk to people, they say maybe just we're lucky enough. So I don't treat it as a lucky draw. I just say you treat it as you get it because you earn at 120, you get 100. So you need to convince yourself before trying to convince the panel and the reviewers. If you cannot convince yourself, don't waste your time. Last I think, be serious for yourself. So the planning. So normally, like previous speak, I plan those ideas early. I think at least you need to find your ideas 2 months before. Okay, 2 months before the internal deadline. So complete the scientific part at least 1 week before the internal deadline. So a lot of people for the internal deadline they just submit something because they think they still have another several weeks to complete. But I treat that internal deadline as a real deadline. So just try my best to finish. I don't want to rush. So then in the next several weeks, I can improve. Okay, so work hard. I think you all understand what this means. Okay, if you work hard, and amazing thing will happen. So yeah, so reputation and network, I think this is also important. So okay, one trick I put to the suggest reviews. Normally, I don't suggest any people I know. I always suggest people I completely don't know. So that means you don't get any trouble with the conflict of interest. But if the panel send it to your friend, it's not your problem. Okay, right? So I think the reputation, of your research and also your network, I think is important for your proposal. So, yeah, sorry. Okay, so I do respect the RGC rules. So I think pay attention to these policies and RGC rules. So don't just make them mad. So ask if you do not understand, even if you don't agree with some rules, but I think you must accept all of them. Okay. So finally, I'll share with how to write a proposal So this is how to write proposal. So you need to give the proposal, okay. So my experience in RGC proposal is, okay, first of all, I think the external review report will decide the fate of your proposal. Basically, I think that's very important. To obtain a 5.0 score, you need to demonstrate, I think, your ability to carry out the research. I think that's very important because that's one question I think the panel asks review, say whether this one can be carried out. The second is your tracking record. The third is your novelty of your idea and where the challenges lie. I just remember, in the first year, I proposed something. So some reviews say, this is really challenging. They don't believe it can be done in such a short time, but they do suggest, give me money so that because they want to see whether I can succeed. Okay? I think the challenge is important. So objectives, I didn't know you can just list 3 objectives. I thought the more is better. So normally I list 5 to 6 objectives. And in the reward, I take out probably 1 or 2, okay? So I think the objective must be deliverable. The best way we are in the physics, okay? I don't know if it's engineering might be the same. So you have to quantify it. If you want to achieve something, give some number. Okay, so that means that people believe you really want to achieve something. Okay, give some number, in your achieve. Also, I put in the time order. For example, in first year achieve what, second year achieve what, and third year achieve, and make this, progressive. So for the background of the research, okay, I think it's divided into 2 parts. So this is normally mostly for the new junior faculty, so if you are new to the proposal, I think you need in the background of the research, you need to summarize 2 parts. So work done by others. So this shows you really understand the field. The second part is work done by us, or work done by you. It shows you are the one you can carry out this research, your qualification. So for the research plan and methodology, this is basically is the extension of your objectives. I think if you are new to writing proposal, maybe I think you may have a question. So whether should you propose something completely new, or should you continue something you have done with your postdoc? So my suggestion is, also from the senior people in the first year, so you should not suggest something completely new. You should base on something you have done before. So therefore, your background will help you justify you are the one, you are able to do the work. But based on that one, you can build up your first 1, 2 objectives based on what you have done before. But then you propose something, it's really a challenge based on that. So that's, I think, is a good way if you are the first year or second year to write your proposal. So don't propose something completely new to you. I think it's a chance because the reviewers need to answer 1 question. So whether you are the one to carry out your research, and they have to make this judgment. So you have to base on what you have done before, okay, to plan your research and methodology. So this is extension of the objective. So you need to provide, I provide technical details, including the numbers. This shows you really, you think about the plan very carefully. So do not assume the reviewer know your research well. And follow the objectives and present your plan in time order. Okay, also there's additional 2 pages for you to put figures and photos. So I also see some people put photo pictures mixed together with the proposal. So I didn't do that. I put the diagram and the photos in the 2 pages. I follow the suggestion by the RGC. But this is just my personal experience. Okay, so thank you.